Metaphor is my game of the year. It's my favorite Persona type game I've ever played. And geez, it's stacked. It's stacked. It's amazing. It is top notch. 10 out of 10. An easy recommend to people who maybe not even be JRPG fans. It is fantastic in nearly every aspect. It's a long boy. It's really dang long. It took me 120 hours to beat it on hard mode. I did as much as I could. I couldn't get everything done because there's like a little social time limit. But the basic thrust of it goes is you're cast in is like to do like these sort of JRPG style battles that are turn based. And once you can also fight the enemies in overworld, and it gets to the point where if you can like level up against them, you can actually kill them very quickly. So you can kill like little mobs really easy, and then you have to work hard on figuring out the weaknesses and stuff of the ones that are like your level or maybe even higher than you. And there's like this sort of like risk reward of whether you try to challenge them and jump into a fight immediately to a turn base, or whether you try to damage them a lot in their like overworld melee combat. And you got all kinds of cool like melee different, but depending on which class job you're using, all these cool little different attacks and different abilities that will help you out. And this kind of combination just keeps the game constantly fresh. And then, dude, I couldn't stop grinding because if you can just start smashing the enemies up and then just get the XP nearly immediately, you don't have to big fight. I just kept doing it over and over and over again, and I was immersed. The writing is phenomenal. I love the dialogue between the characters. Now, this is a very much there's plot here, but it's more of a characterization type game. So you'll get tons and tons of flavor with your party, and then some people people hate this shit. These are Persona haters. I can't make them like this game, but it's one of those things that I still think if you've never played a Persona type game, this Metaphor is the one to try, and I would heartily recommend it to you. And then it's pretty damn good graphics. The music is phenomenal. Some of the best JRPG music I've ever heard. It's freaking great. And then the characters, I love the freaking characters. I love every one of them. Freaking Hulkenberg is an amazing character. Heisme, oh man, it's Juna. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. And the cool little classes and stuff, if you unlock as you play, it's very similar to like the Final Fantasy V job system. And adding that in with the classic sort of SMT, like abuse of weaknesses and stuff. And you can also switch party members in and out as you go along, as you try to hide your weaknesses and try to take advantage of your enemies. And there's a lot of, you have to unlock them through your social links as you go. And I'll get to those social link stuff in a second, but you'll like get extra slots to put in more skills. So if you want your, cure mage to also be a battle mage and stuff, you can do that. It's one of those things that you can set it up. They might not be very good at it, but they can at least do it and take advantage of the enemy's weakness like that. And then you'll end up stacking up lots of buffs, at least on hard mode, lots of buffs, and trying to debuff the enemy, try to prevent them from debilitating your characters and stuff. There's tons of debilitating like weaknesses and stuff and status ailments. You have to deal with all that stuff. And then as you get extra turns by hitting the weak point, you'll get this like kind of rhythm going on, man. And it's like it's the actual button presses from you going from one thing to the next feels so damn good because it's immediate and like super hyper responsive. And it's like, man, it just, even though you kind of like on some of these turn-based games, you just sit there and press A to win or whatever. There's a point where even that it just feels amazing to do, and it's just something that they've got this figured out here. That I just can't. A lot of games just don't get it, and I don't know what it is about the just presentation of all the moves and how they're lined up right here, and looking at their weaknesses and stuff. It just feels great to play. It looks fantastic, and then it's kind of like a tribute in a lot of ways to. It's not like Atlus's classic SMT stuff, which is all about demons and darkness and all that stuff. It's just much more like Final Fantasy, but it's better than the best of what Final Fantasy could ever do, in my opinion. And it is top notch. Geez, I don't even know if I've grasped even remotely about how much I love this game. And it took me around 3.5 months to get it done. And dude, it was so damn good. Easily my game of the year 2025. I'm sure I'm missing plenty of things as I shoot to the heavens, but what's so great about it, the only thing that probably holds it back is it's intimidatingly long. It is so damn long, and you really got to sit there and set aside that, you know what, this is what we're going to be doing for a couple months to get this thing done. But phenomenal. So I don't even know. I'm kind of flabbergasted about what else I need to say, but I really like about it. But the social link stuff. So the way the Persona type games work is that you'll go and you'll do a dungeon or whatever, and then you'll have a huge amount of extra time. And like how you use this time is really up to you, but you need to like pay like a day or whatever to like boost your charisma or whatever, so that people like you more. Or then you'll have to go and you'll have to talk to party members as you talk about relation up to them or other people, NPC type people. They'll give you abilities and stuff, or in classes especially, that you'll unlock. And so you're kind of have this weird time management mechanic. Some people don't like this, or they feel stressed out about it. For the most part, I was able to do everything I wanted to do. Now, Persona 5 had a problem where you would spend like 10 hours in a dungeon, because that was the most efficient way to play it. But I think with the way the melee combat is done in this game, especially as you overlevel stuff, the longer dungeon runs didn't feel the pacing didn't get messed up to me. And also it did a lot better job of having these little side dungeons and stuff you could do as you're going along. A lot more side dungeons, a lot more side quests than just the main thing that you can do as well. And this kind of paces out your kind of meta social link, what you're planning to do, how you're trying to hit dungeons and stuff. This is a big part of the Persona type games, and Metaphor I think does it some of the best. I really like Persona 3's back in the day, although it was really tight at getting everything done. I didn't get everything done myself, but it's not too bad. But and there was like some cool hidden extra stuff I was able to do too. Freaking just phenomenal after I nailed it and did what I needed to do to hit it. But this is an easy recommend. You need to set around 100 hours. HowLongToBeat.com had it at like 70 or something. I guess that's if you're doing it on like normal or easy and like skipping everything. I don't think this isn't a game where you would just skip. You would just go into it and just live it. Live this damn game. But 2 Paws Up. Great graphics, amazing sound. Big Kitty loves this shit. And then Brian was enamored by the freaking battles, man. The battles are great. The coming through and cleaning up a scheme, buffing your people, and then debuffing your enemies, and building little combination attacks. It's great. And this is a high recommend for people who like JRPGs. This is a must play.